Welcome to CIT Tech Tips, brought to you by the students of South Shore Technical High School in the Computer Technology program.
Hey, I'm Zach, and we're going to be talking about what is an HDD and what is an SSD. An HDD and SSD are two common formats of static computer memory. Static formats hold files that won't leave unless you delete them. Take save photos and videos, for instance. This is different from volatile memory, which wipes out all the content once you click shutdown.
First, we're going to touch on the hard disk drive. Jub, the hard drive. The hard drive works with two different parts, the disk and the actuator arm. The disk spins very quickly, averaging 120 times per second. While it spins, the arm reads data off of and writes data onto the disk. But how is the data stored? What does it look like? Let's get a closer look. The disk is made of thousands of tiny magnetic cells, either charged positive or negative. If a cell is positive, it is read as a 1 by the arm. If the cell is negative, you get a 0. That's binary. At its root, all computer information is written in binary, in 1s and 0s. Remember floppy disks? They work this way too.
Next up is solid-state drives. Solid-state drives use a form of storage known as flash memory. Flash memory involves no mechanical parts, immediately setting it aside from hard drive storage. The cells are laid out on a grid with transistors at each intersection. One transistor has an entrance or a source, an exit or a drain, and two gates. It operates like a moat. The transistor is turned on and electricity flows in. The electricity has to pass two gates before draining. To store a 0, all electricity is allowed to drain before closing the gates. To store a 1, the gates are closed with electricity inside. Have you ever seen a USB flash drive? Those work the same way.
You may have heard that the lifetime of an SSD exceeds that of a hard disk drive, but in reality, a lot of factors play into it. For an SSD, a cell starts to deteriorate after about 100,000 times a cell is read or written to. HDDs, however, are much more problematic, where the read-write head on your actuator arm can wear out, the disk can warp, and eventually the polarity of the cells may revert. But with serious care, the lifetime could be extended past that of the solid state. An SSD is up to 30% faster, which is a plus, but at a cost. Solid-state drives cost much more than hard disk drives. A 1 terabyte hard drive can run you $50 versus a $170 solid-state, over triple the price for that extra edge and speed. To recap, solid states are faster. They also do not have moving parts opposed to hard drives. Hard disk drives utilize magnetic memory, whereas solid states use flash memory. In the cost category, possibly the most notable difference, hard drives are much cheaper than solid states. Lastly, the reliability can differ, but in all, it is best to depend on a solid state. Now back to Zach with an outro.
The hard drive is a much more popular option of media storage, even though the SSD is incredibly faster and more durable. The hard drive is a much cheaper option, and most computers come equipped with them already. Most casual PC users aren't in need of an SSD, so selling for the tremendously cheaper option is nothing but obvious. Perhaps in time, SSDs will become a larger part of the picture as prices drop and the demand for faster tech rises. But until your drive needs to survive the vacuum of space and read/write up to 550 megabytes per second, SSDs aren't a necessity.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to check back for more videos like this. If you have a concern, please leave it in the comment section below.